So these are the 3 different releases that I use as an example here. The one on the left here is closer to like what Walter Ray is. You got something like Bill O'Neill, 45 degrees in the middle, and then you got dead side roll like Pete. You see Pete just kind of twirls it out there, gets that axis facing him. Where I want you to be, if you possibly can, what I always recommend is trying to be closer to like that 45-degree range. And the reason I say this is because I'm a firm believer that you can only change your axis rotation by about 30 degrees up or down without putting yourself in some super uncomfortable position. You know, so if you're already at like 15 degrees like Walter Ray and you need to move way left and you need to get your hand way around it and get up to about 70 degrees of axis rotation, if you're used to being in a specific spot and rolling it this normal, what do you got to do to get your hand to go way around it? You got to get into a super uncomfortable position, right? Now you got to try to over-exaggerate, because when you feel like you're twirling it, you're still kind of resorting back to what you're used to. You're resorting back to that real fine roll, whereas it's the opposite. If you like to really get your hand around it, you probably struggle keeping your hand up the back of it, right? Because then you got to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. But if you're in the middle, if you're at about 45 degrees, anywhere from 40 to 50 degrees, you have the best ability to be able to change your roll as much as you want. So you can get it down to that 10 or 15 degrees, and you can get it up to that 70, 75 degrees. Now you can play any part of the lane. You know, that's why guys like Bill and Sean, you know, the two-handers, they have all this ability to play any part of the lane. It's because they can change that at will. So if you have the ability of working on anything, work on getting your roll as close to 45 degrees. And if you don't know what that is, you know, ask us while we're out here and we'll try to kind of track it a little bit. If you want to figure out what you are or where you're close to, we can do that. We'll take a look.